Hey everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Startuprad.io, your podcast show with startup news and interviews from Germany.
Hello everybody, this is once again Jörn, and as you obviously can hear around me, there's a lot of construction going on. That's one of the reasons we're here, and today I'm gonna introduce you to Alex. Alex, you want to talk a little bit about yourself?
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm from Offenbach, and we are doing at the moment a little project or a campaign to bring Fintechs to Offenbach and Frankfurt from London.
And as our listeners can already tell, we are in a construction site because this year is going to be a very posh, very nice looking neighborhood inside of Offenbach. One of the reasons we met here for the outside interview, we also tweet a little bit pictures about it. It looks very nice and it's really hot today here. Can you tell us a little bit how you got to this idea and how you actually want to make the move? Because I do believe it's pretty tough to just tell them, hey guys, we are here from Frankfurt, Offenbach, come over.
Yes, that might be true. So how did we get on that idea? Well, basically we were just walking through the city and we're looking around and we're talking about Brexit, as this is of course a topic here as well. Basically what we knew is that Frankfurt was going to be the main location or one of the top locations where banks are going to move to, as some banks already got contracts for rent, etc. Basically what we asked ourselves is, what about the Fintechs? I mean, they're in the Silicon Roundabout, more or less in the cheap areas in London where they're close to the banks and where they just thrive on the financial cluster they have there. And well, basically the same constellation is what we have here. You have Offenbach, which is really close to Frankfurt. It's just 8 minutes by subway to get there, and it's quite cheap. Actually, it's 1/10 of the price you'd pay in the respective areas in London, which is a good bargain in our opinion.
I gotta admit here first, I did have in the past, or for me personally, as many people in Frankfurt, Offenbach did had a pretty bad rap. It was more like you went here and you've been scared and you went away. But actually, as I could see myself here today, there's a lot going on, not only in terms of construction, but also in terms of new businesses. There's a new creativity around here. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, that's true. Of course, there's always the stories that they're telling in Frankfurt that Offenbach is such a bad place, but actually it's not. There's a lot of cool people here. Actually, it is one of the most diverse cities in Germany in terms of population. So you have people from, I think, 150 countries here. You have a thriving creativity industry. You have HFG, which is Hochschule für Gestaltung. It's an university for design. And it has a pretty good reputation, and therefore a lot of great people are here that are changing the place. And well, Offenbach itself is a really malleable place. Basically, you have so much space to work with, so much stuff to do, and it's easy to create something new here. And well, this is, I think, the most important thing about Offenbach, that it's a place that accommodates people who want to do something, that feel as entrepreneurs.
When I came here and we had lunch here together on one of the harbors here in Offenbach, close to the River Main, I actually did experience myself. It's a very nice place, and as I kept thinking about it, it's like, if you see there's like an arc of development of certain boroughs, certain areas, I would say that Offenbach may be approximately 10 years behind the posh areas in Berlin, which are now trendy, like Berlin-Kreuzberg and the like, and maybe 2 or 3 years behind the area that is now getting sexy in Frankfurt, which used to be the red light districts around the central station. I personally do get the feeling that Offenbach is pushing pretty hard to get there, and since we now established that more or less Offenbach is something like, well, if you take the relationship of New York City and Jersey City, we can say it's the equivalent of Frankfurt and Offenbach as Jersey City, more or less. Sorry to offend here anyone. And can you tell us now a little bit about what your plan actually involves, what your idea actually involves? What can fintechs, startups achieve by moving here? And you just ask them to pack everything, come here, and you welcome them with some regional sweets here on the airport. Is it what they can expect here?
Basically, what we want to offer is a hedge against Brexit. What we believe is the problem right now is that there's a lot of uncertainty, and especially political uncertainty, as no one knows how Brexit is going to turn out. Will a fintech still be able to place their products on a common market in 2 years? We don't know. What about the international teams? Will they still be allowed to work in London in 2 or 3 years? They don't know. We don't know. And especially investors don't know. And so this high degree of uncertainty is, in our opinion, worsening the investment climate in London. So what we want to offer is in some way a little subsidiary office or foothold in Germany. Basically, you call us and tell us what you need, and we get everything that is necessary to make this possible. We'll try to provide it, be it legal advice, be it the possibility to get a cheap office. We'll use our network here to accommodate with everything you need. And of course, we're going to give you some local treats and candy if you would like to, or Appleboy. But we will also provide you with the necessary administrative support in order to make this as, I'd say, easy as possible and less and as little disruptive for your business as it is possible.
Awesome. That means you'll eventually find even someone to help the foreign people to understand Abgeltungssteuer and Vorsteuer, Umsatzsteuervoranmeldung.
Yeah, that's the stuff we would like to help with.
Okay, great. How can people learn more about this?
You may go to our website, joinmainland.com, and read through it, get in contact with us, call us. We're happy to help.
And mainland here has double meaning. Can you talk a little bit about that before we close here?
We want to make it as easy as possible for everyone who's not from here to understand what we're offering. So instead of telling them you're going to have your office in Offenbach and you can still go to Frankfurt in as little time as possible, we want to make it easier to understand the concept. So we call that whole thing mainland. Of course, with one reason that we want to, which is the combining element here is the Main River. As both cities are on Main River, we think it's quite logical to just call them mainland, as they are the most, or as most of the important cities and region are around the Main here. That was the idea to make it nice sounding. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you, and looking forward to hear more about mainland soon.
Thank you very much for the interview.